Hello Akshayans, warm welcome to the new academic year 2020-21. Now you are in grade 11. I wish you all success in your career as this grade will be the stepping stone to settle in your life. Let's begin the session with subject economics. So far you would have learned economics as a part in social science. Now in grade 11, art stream, you have separate subject economics. The syllabus is divided into two volumes, namely statistics for economics and the other one is microeconomics. Both parts are given equal importance. Each part carries 40 marks. Totally 80 marks are allotted for pen paper test and 20 marks is allotted for project. You have two books for economics. Volume 1 is statistics for economics. Volume 2 is microeconomics. The subject economics will be quite interesting to learn as it focuses on the real life situation. Let's begin the first chapter, Introduction to Statistics. These are the topics we are going to cover in this lesson. The basic terms used in economics, definition, ordinary business of life, what is economic problem, why it arises, economy and its components, factors of production, meaning of statistics, its scope, its importance, and statistic methods are no substitute for common sense. Let's go through all these concepts in detail now. To understand economics better, we must know few basic terms. The first term used here is consumer. A person who purchases goods and services for personal use is considered as consumer. So you or me, if we purchase any good, it can be food or electronics or any type of good, when we use it, we are considered as a consumer. The next one is producer. A person who produces goods are considered as a producer. For example, he can be a manufacturer or he can be a farmer. So a manufacturer, a farmer are said to be a producer. Next is seller. A person who sells goods and services to make profit is called seller. Example, shopkeeper or businessman. So these people sell goods to earn profit. Saving. Saving is part of income which is not consumed. So when we earn income, either we consume, that is we spend, or we save. So the unconsumed part is said to be saving. The next one is investment. An investment is the purchase of goods that are not consumed today but are used in the future to create wealth. The best example for investment is investing in gold or any fixed asset like building. So this investment may not be useful now. When we sell in the future, it will be useful. That is the meaning of investment. It is a very important term used in economics. The next one is service holder. So a person who is in job to earn wages or salary is considered to be service holder. So example is teacher, office employee. So these people do a job to earn salary or wages. Even a laborer are said to be service holder. Next comes service provider. A person who provides service for payment to others are said to be service provider. So a doctor, a lawyer, so they provide service to others. So they are considered as service provider. Even businessmen are considered to be a service provider. Then economic activities. Any activity which is done for the benefit of monetary gain are considered as economic activities. So we do many activities right from morning till evening a day, but all the activities are not considered as economic activities. So the activities which are undertaken for the monetary gain are considered as economic activity. Example, purchase, sales, so which involves money. These activities are said to be economic activity. Just simply showing love, affection, care towards our parents, these are not considered as economic activities. So these are the few important basic terms as economics students we must all know. Before learning the definition of economics, let's know who is considered as father of economics. Adam Smith is considered as father of economics because during Great Depression of 1930, he gave many ideas to remove the depression, and he wrote a book named Wealth of Nations. So in his book, he has given many economic ideas to recover from depression. So now Alfred Marshall, he is a propounder of modern economics. He defined economics as study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So what does he mean about ordinary business of life? We shall see in the next slide. Here, ordinary business of life here refers to economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So any individual or social life actions which are closely connected with the use of material requirement are considered as economics. So anything which involves purchase or selling activities. So business means we mean purchase and selling activities. So all these activities related to human beings are considered as economics. So it should involve some monetary terms. If there is no monetary terms, it is not considered as economics. So this is called ordinary business of life. Why economic problem arise? The reason is human beings have unlimited wants. When one want is satisfied, the other want arise. For example, when we are in childhood, we may be willing to drive a cycle. Then after grown up, when you become an adult, you want to drive a bike. Then after you become a man, you want to drive a car. So likewise, our wants keep on increasing. So there is no limit for our wants. So, but the resources available in the country is very, very limited. So scarcity arises. So since there is scarcity, we will go with the other choice. The term used to denote other choice in economics is alternative choice. So instead of purchasing costly car, we can go with a cheaper car. So we have some alternatives to satisfy our wants. So this is how the economic problem is solved. Scarcity is the root cause of all economic problem. If there is no scarcity, there is no economic problem. See, in our day-to-day life, we face lot of scarcity problems. Example, there is a long queue at railway station, bus stand, in the ration shops. So this is due to the scarcity because resources are limited whereas wants are unlimited. So scarcity arises. So what is the solution to this? We can opt for alternative uses. So for example, the farmer is ready to cultivate food like rice or wheat, but he doesn't have enough land, labor, water and fertilizer. So he has to give up that. Instead, he can opt for some other crops like rubber, cotton, jute. So this is how the problem of scarcity can be solved. Economics and economy are different terms. Here we will see what is economy. Economy is a system in which people get a living to satisfy their wants through the process of production, consumption, investment and exchange. So in simple terms, what is economy means? The place where people live to satisfy their wants through production, consumption, investment, exchange. So there are 4 components of economy. They are production, consumption, exchange and investment. Let's see in detail. What is production? So it is the creation of utility. So utility means satisfying wants. So to satisfy the wants, first we have to create. So that concept is called production. So it will convert the input into output. Suppose if we want a dress, first cotton must be converted into a cloth. So cloth is altered and made into a complete dress to wear. That is called production. Then consumption. It is defined as usage of goods and services. So anything we consume or use, that is said to be consumption. So it is the process by which a good or service is completely used up. So if we use in simple term, whatever we use, that is considered as consumption. It can be food, it can be a product. So anything which we use once is called consumption. The next component is investment. So this concept already I told you. So it is a part of production which is committed for future income, which means suppose if we purchase gold or any fixed asset that may not be useful now, it will be useful when we sell in the future. After 10 to 20 years, if we sell, the value will be increasing. So that is termed as investment. Then last concept is distribution. So distribution is a part of production which explains how the national income is distributed among different factors of production. So first we should know what is factors of production. This is very important in economics. The factors of production are land, labor, capital and organization. So these four factors of production will receive in return. The landowners will receive rent, laborers will receive wages, and capital owners will receive interest, and the business entrepreneurs will receive profit. So this is how the money is distributed. If we have any factors, that will be distributed in the another way. So this is called distribution. To end up today's class, we shall have a recap. In this video, we discussed basic terms used in economics. What are the economic problems? What is scarcity, economy and its components? Tomorrow we shall continue the session with what is statistics, how it is important in economics. Hope you understood. If you have any doubts, you can clarify in WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a great day.